What up, crypto lovers and enthusiasts? Happy day today. Happy Monday. Tomorrow is the last day of the new year, and it looks like December might be red for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is dropping. How low can it go? We're going to take a look at some downside scenarios, and then we're going to take a look at some alts that have moved up. Not all of these have moved up, but the ones I want to mention to you have, and then we're going to look at some other ones that are kind of toiling, but good projects. IQ, Chaos, Bro, REI, Vibe. And so without further ado, let's do this. And we'll also be looking at other altcoins, but let's take a look at this. So Friday, right? Troubling. We closed a body below this line first time, right? And why is it troubling? Well, look what happened then. Since Saturday was up, right? We closed a body above the line, and then Sunday I thought was going to be the one that was going to show which direction we were going to go in the week, right? More than likely, probably. And so Sunday went like this. I took a rest day yesterday, so I wasn't really watching the markets. I was tired. First time for everything. And so Sunday happened, and then today here we are dropping more and closing in on getting out of this little area with these wicks, right? And then the next would be this area, this wick, which would be basically around $90,000. Okay, we still have ways to go. Right now we're at 92,400. I don't know that we get there. We might, right? But that would be the next. That would be the next fight if this continues like this. Okay, if this continues like this, it wouldn't be good. We'll see. So the scenario first, right? If we get to 90, and if we can't hold it as support, right? If we don't see a turnaround at 90, then I could see us slowly heading somewhere around this bottom line right here, which today would be around like 95, but I don't think would come down to, I'm sorry, 85,000, but I don't think we'd come down today. Okay, so look into like next week, we're looking around, when do we start seeing 96? Yeah, like Tuesday of next week we start seeing 96, and then every day that goes a little higher, right? So it could be kind of toil right here, try to break into the 20s, and then I don't know, maybe in the middle of January, towards the end of January, we touch down here, which would be crazy, right? But it's fine. I was looking at the previous cycle, okay, and usually a run up is like around 200 and something days, right? So 250 days from now would be sometime September, okay. So if things started going up now, or if things started going up sometime after January, you only need around 200 and something days to really hit a top, okay. 250-ish days of going up, and then another 30 days of sideways, 30 to 80 days of sideways before eventually dropping. So that gives us a lot of time. So we could toil here, we could be right around here into this little triangle, and as we get closer to the end of this triangle, we start really going up in earnest, like boom, right? 250 days essentially of up. Maybe some sideways, for a week or two. During that time, really, there's not that many drawdowns. Although you can see drawdowns of 20 or 30% based on what I was seeing, and they could last for up to I think I saw one that lasted like a couple of weeks, 14 days. I don't think anyone lasted more than 20, but they're usually like 7 days, 6 days of red, and then all of a sudden right back up, boom, boom, boom. All right, so keep that in mind, guys. If that is in fact the case, then you can have some really good buying opportunities. And what I mentioned earlier, at the beginning of this, is on the monthly, Bitcoin is gonna close December red for now. Tomorrow, unless it gets back up to 96, and if it closes like this, that it does that on this uptrend, which would signal a reversal. It's a monthly candle too, so more than likely, maybe, just maybe, we might see a touchdown here to 86,000. Okay, so that's the to me the worst case scenario, and I don't think we go below that, to be honest with you. I could see us just kind of maybe wicking, but I don't even think that. It's just too much interest, too many people wanting to buy, but that would scare the hell out of a lot of people, and I think that's maybe what it needs. From there, people would probably start getting really short, right? Leverage plays. Everyone would be betting towards the downside, and guess what happens? We start going up. And those guys get liquidated. So maybe that's the way they want to play it. We'll see how this ends up closing, but it's going to be a red month. How it looks like now, right? And normally that's the first time that happens. In the previous In the previous times of Bitcoin, let's see if I have it actually here. All right, this is the Bitcoin monthly returns, okay? Whenever, in the previous times, whenever we've seen September, October, and November, green, right? Like right here in 2016, 2015, December has always been green, okay? September, October, November, even of 2023, September, October, November, December has been green. This year, September, October, November were green, and December looking like it might be a red month, which would be the first time ever. 3 times, 1, 2, 3, 3 times. There have been more times when October, November were green, and December was also green. October, November green, December green. It actually did happen before, but here September, October green, December was not green. That was in 2013. That's interesting. So we'll see what happens. But on that year, September was also red. This year, these have been red, green, and December looking like it might not be. So that's interesting, right? Right here, September, October, November, green, right? And December looking like it might not be. We could have a huge rally. It wouldn't be that huge, really. We just have to get above 96,800, and so far we haven't. So far we're at 92,500. So we'll see. We'll take that today and tomorrow. See what happens. Let's hope for a post-Christmas miracle. But right now, this is not looking that pretty, to be honest with you guys. But like I said, no big deal. Like I mentioned, I went back and looked at the previous cycle and the things that I mentioned to you. That's what happened. So we could still have time. We could still toil here, for a month or two, before going up in earnest for 250 days, really, really strong. That would be the parabolic part of the bull run. And again, we only need 250 days, and 250 days now would bring us would make the top somewhere around September, right? But if we go a little later in February, March, then we're looking at the last quarter of 2025, October, November, December. And I whittled down my based on what I was looking at as far as the previous cycle bull run. And I whittled down my window to be right around here. And my idea right now is going to sell over the course of 80 days. That would be the idea. Once I see the more or less we're right around here, I would start selling. And it would probably take me around 80 days, 60, 80 days to sell completely. And that would allow me, I think, to sell basically around the top as close as possible. We'll see. This thing now starts September 5th of September and ends the last day of December 2025. Okay, somewhere around this time I expect to be up here, and I expect this area to be the top, more or less. Okay, this is the price, 200 and 250,000, more or less where I think it would be around this time. Once it hits around this time, no matter what, I will be selling. All right, so that's pretty much the game plan. No big deal. I don't think this is the end. This is just the beginning. Whatever it has to do, it has to do. Hopefully, if you have capital, invest it, because it's probably going to be the last best time to have it. Once we find this as support, this line, we're going to go up. Or maybe we hang out like this, low sideways action plane, but then eventually we get out of this triangle and we're going to go much higher. We're going to get up around here somewhere. All right. So keep that in mind, guys. No big deal. No big deal. Let's take a look at some stuff that will make us happier. Altcoins, some altcoins that have actually moved over the weekend. One of them was IQ. This thing just blasted off. I mentioned it to you guys, I think last week, and I think it was at like 3 million, 2 million. I don't know where it was, somewhere right around here, right? So it did this, and then boom, last 3 days. Okay, so 8.9 million market cap. It's still under 10 million market cap, guys. So 3.4 million in volume. I hope some of you guys nibbled right around here, and hopefully some of you guys were happy here. 2 month, 9 days old IQ. Okay, infrastructure play. This one's on Solana. Next one, Chaos. I haven't talked about Chaos in a while because Chaos has just been dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. But if it's a good project and if it has some luck on it, then eventually it will turn around. Sometimes you just gotta be patient. Chaos on base, 11.4 million in market cap. Right after it did this, it started to show signs of rounding out, but it just blasted off. Boom, boom, boom. 11.4 million in market cap. This was at like 1 or 2 or something like that right here, guys. Or was it? I forget what it was. It was a lot less than 11.4 million, 5.7 million in volume. This one looks like it's back. Chaos on base. I like it. Cool. Good to see. Good to see. Hopefully this thing continues. I hope this is not just an anomaly. Maybe a little sideways action, maybe a little cup and handle, and then eventually keep going up, but back on the radar. And those that are in Chaos, I'm sure you guys are happy. Bro, little sideways consolidation. Look, notice how it's not dropping too much. I mean, it could, right? It could, but notice how it's not dropping too much. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. I want to put some fibs on it for you guys then right now. Right here, more or less. to that. Wow, it's not even breaking the 0.3882. Right, normally these things they rebound all the way down to 618 or 786. This one hasn't done it yet, although you can see the wicks the last 2 days and been eating up. So hey, maybe this is a great, maybe this is a good little accumulation zone. Maybe you might be able to catch it at 0.013. We'll see. If that's the case, if it hits 0.013, then maybe just wait and you can catch it at a 0.011. Right, but maybe some nibbles, you don't know. Maybe this is as low as it goes, kind of hangs out, goes a little sideways, and then moves up again, guys. So we can't know for sure, so that's why we, you gotta be in. REI 98.6, almost at 100 million. All right, I thought eventually we'd get to like 10 and then kind of hit our heads right there and then drop down. I think that'll still be the case, but you never know. If we get a body above this, then I would say that's invalidated, and then we're going much higher. But I definitely be nibbling on this REI unit 00 REI 98.1 million in market cap, guys. And here's one that I like. It looks like it's retesting. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Vibe. 6 million in market cap, 280,000 in volume, and it looks like it's retesting this triangle. Maybe we come back in, right? Maybe we come back into this triangle, but maybe we just kind of drop a little bit more before eventually continuing to move up. Okay, Vibe. Excuse me. Vibe again on Solana. These are all have been mostly Solana plays. Bro and REI were both base plays, but good area to buy for this one, guys. Okay. And let's see what else. Where's ARK? What's ARK doing? ARK's just continuously grinding along. And it's actually, I would say, at a good buy price. I don't think that we're turning over right now. Although we could start consolidating. I don't think I see something like this along a big drop like this. I just don't see it. 244. This is going to go much higher. 244 million, 16 million in volume. 244.5 is the market cap. And the 16 million is volume. Unbelievable. This one I was bringing it to you before that. They brought it to my attention a lot lower, and then I brought it to your attention once I said, "Oh crap, this is And who is they? They is the people in my VIP Telegram group. All right, brought it to my attention. I was like, wow, yeah, this thing looks like a winner. Then I brought it to you guys' attention, much lower than this, 100 and something market cap, I believe, or maybe slightly underneath that. But ARK, 245 million market cap. I think it's going to continue to grind higher. What other one? I know people really like this one. Alchemist AI, looking like it's in a consolidation area. 77.9 million in market cap, 6.2 million in volume. I'd be nibbling here. This is a good area. Maybe it drops down more, but it looking like it might want to just kind of stay there. Right. What else? Agency. I'm still a big fan of Agency. 6.3 million in market cap, 1 million in volume. And notice how it's between the 618 and the 786. Maybe that's where it stays. Maybe this is where the base is. So I mean, right here it would be a good area to buy. But notice just right in between these two, right? Hasn't really touched the 786 and it's tried to get over the 618, right? A few times it's popped its head over, but haven't been able to do it today, including today. So I mean, buying right around here, I think is a pretty good area. All right. Let's see how much. Okay, that's pretty much all the time. And then tomorrow we'll take a look at the big boys, the ones that I have like the highest conviction on, the Miggles, the Neural, the Toshi. Let's take a look really quickly at Miggles because people really do like Miggles. And I really like Miggles too. And notice how it's between the 618 and the 786. The 786 we might get down there, especially if Bitcoin does drop, and that is 0.052. But I think that would be. I don't think it would go much lower. Maybe some wicks, but I don't think it goes much lower. And if it gets there, I'd be buying all day. I'd be buying all day if I had capital. I'd be buying all day on that. And remember, I was bringing this thing to your attention right here, 0.02 cents. Less really, because a couple of times when it dropped right here, I was bringing it to you guys' attention. And when it dropped right here, I was bringing it to you guys' attention. So under 2 cents. And right now it's at 6. And up here, it was at 19 cents. And believe me, it's going to get up there again. Believe that. It's going to get up there again. So no big deal. Apple giving back all this little pump right here. But notice how, so far, anyways, it's above this lower area right here. Good area, 1.5 million in market cap. That's a no-brainer. Okay, I think that's it, guys. I think that's it. We're going to leave it there. Let's go back to Bitcoin and call it, because it's already... Yeah, so we have to get past below this area right here, 90,000 area, which we still have a little bit more room to go. Maybe we don't. Maybe this just ends up being just a a big fake out, right? Maybe we kind of go a little sideways and then pop right back up. I'm not saying 100% we're going to come down here. I'm not saying that at all. I honestly, I thought it would be less probable. All right, and notice how we're kind of staying right here right now. We'll see how this body closes today. This candle closes today, and maybe tomorrow we might have a relief rally. Maybe try to get back up to 96,800 and kind of just close even. If that's the case, extremely bullish. All right, that's another possible. Excuse me. I think I'm getting sick again. Unbelievable. That's another possible scenario, and yeah. So that's another possible scenario. We'll see. We'll play it day by day, but like I mentioned to you guys, either way, if we do end up toiling down here for a little while, it's not the end of things. It's get some capital and put it in, because you know at some point we're gonna go up basically for 250-ish days, and then that will be pretty much the top around that time. Okay, and we have some time to sell. Consolidation last about 30 days or so. The previous one lasted, the first top lasted around like 80 days of consolidation, guys. So I mean, you do have time to sell, but we'll take that when it happens, and it will happen probably Q4 of 2025. All right, cool. Leave it there. Guys, if you can, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment, trying to grow this channel, and all this stuff helps. With all that said, I will see you guys tomorrow. Hang in there. Have a good one. Peace.